welcome to Storytime. I'm so glad to see you guys today. The library is open again, but it is just for curbside service. So what that means is if you want books or movies or magazines or anything like that, you can call us and let us know what you would like. You can go on your computer or your tablet or your phone and request things, and then you just come and pick them up when they're ready. We just want to do that so we can keep everyone safe, but hopefully very soon we'll get to see you guys in here again. All right, are you guys ready to sing our Storytime song? Awesome, here we go. We clap and say hello, we clap and say hello, with our friends at Storytime, we clap and say hello. We stomp and say hello, we stomp and say hello, with our friends at Storytime, we stomp and say hello. We wave and say hello, we wave and say hello, with our friends at Storytime, we wave and say hello. Hi friends, welcome to Storytime. All right, today we're going to be reading a book that I love. It's very old. This book, let's see what year this book was published. In 1937. That was a very long time ago. And it is by one of everyone's favorite authors, Dr. Seuss. This is And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street. So this book is really good about reminding us to use our imagination. And when we read books, that's what we do. We use our imagination, even though we may be just sitting at home right now and not getting to do as many fun things as we would like. Our imagination and books can take us anywhere. So this book is called And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss. When I leave the house to walk to school, Dad always says to me, "Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see." But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, "Your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales." Now what can I say when I get home today? All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've kept careful track. But all that I've noticed, except my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling that cart. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Yes, a zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw were a charioteer. A gold and blue chariot, something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. No, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet, and he'd look mighty smart on Mulberry Street. Hold on a minute, there's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull things that run on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. A reindeer and sleigh. Say, anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nate. Say, even Jane could think of that. And it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size. A blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then just give him a little more tone. Have a Raja with rubies perched high on the throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But now I don't know. It doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around in the air like a kite, but he'd look simply grand with a big brass band. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it, but it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll pull up a trailer. I know they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy for one lonely beast. I'll give him some helpers. He'll need two at least. But now what worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into Bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there will be an awful traffic mix-up. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. The mayor is there and he thinks it is grand, and he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add a Chinese man who eats with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more, I'm almost home. I swung around the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the stairs and I felt simply great. For I had a story that no one could beat, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. Was there nothing to look at? No people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. That's the end. That ends, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. And it's not one of the super popular Dr. Seuss books, but I think it's one of my favorite because it just shows how when we use our imagination, we can think up such really awesome things. All right, thank you guys so much for coming to Virtual Storytime today. I'll see you again Friday at 10 o'clock. You guys ready to sing our Storytime goodbye song? Awesome. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Story time is done today. We have had a lot of fun. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Bye, friends. Keep reading books. Keep staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.